You know what I mean? And yeah, you put it in your pocket, and let's say, this is her, right? So she's over here, and she's just like drinking her drink. She's like, hey, drinking her drink, and she's just doing her own thing. She's looking that way. She might be talking to a friend, and you get your napkin, and you'd be like, hey, what's going on? Or you might make eye contact, or just say, hey, what is that? Yeah, it looks funny. It might be an umbrella in there or something. Be like, oh yeah, you look like you're on an island or something. Just say whatever, what comes to mind, but be confident. Whatever you say, and this is the other thing. Whatever you say, make sure you're confident about it. You know what I mean? So you see her doing her thing, and that's how you strike up a conversation. So meanwhile, I would say, of course, and Phil just said eye contact. Exactly, good tip. You make eye contact, you're confident, you project your body. So we're talking to a female, shoulders are back. You know what I mean? You're chilling. You're like, hey, what's going on? And you don't lean in. You lean back. You don't yell, even though it might be loud. You whisper. And and this is another trick, and this is exclusive. When I talk to females at the club, I purposely lean back when I'm talking to them. So, like, let's say it's loud, you hear music, you hear stuff going on, you lean back, and you're like, hey, how you doing? Even if she can't hear you, guess what? If she's interested, if you catch her eye, this is what you'll do. What was that? She'll lean in. And think about it. You're at a club. How does that look? If another female is like 30 feet away and she sees this, like, you talk to her, you're like, and then the female goes, you know what I mean? The female leaning into you, not only is that forcing her to kind of hear what you said, but it makes you look good to everybody else. Because here you're spitting game and you got females coming towards you. You're not leaning into a female. The body language is her coming into you. So that attention whore, who probably looks really good and she knows that she does, guess who she's checking out? She ain't checking out all the dudes who are staring at her. She's checking out. All right, so that's some free ass club game right there. All right. So yeah, so we have Phil. He said Jamaican spots are the worst, man, dude. Crazy, man. Yeah, and there's a lot of girls in there who are doing the willy bounce and the dirty wine, and they're trying to, get their attention thing on too. So Norbis said, yeah, I got crazy eye contact last time I was in a club, but I was with a young lady. So Norbis, tell me this. Now, why did you go with a young lady to a club, man? Why do you bring sand to a beach? What's going on, Norbis? Now, was this a club, Norbis, or was this like was it a lounge or what? Like, what kind of venue was this? Oh, you met her there. Okay, so Norbis, now, was this a female that did you know her before the club, or you met her at the club? Yeah, Chris is getting quiet. Okay, so it was a lounge with a dance floor. Now, what city are you in, Norbis? Because lounges, Oh, it was her birthday. You met her there. Okay. Oh, met as in agreed to be there for her birthday. So you knew her before the club. Okay. All right. So basically, Norbis, look. If it's a female that you know outside the club, it's cool. You can meet her at the club, because what's good about that is as soon as you go in, she sees you. She probably gave you a hug. You hug. That is good game, because what's going to happen, and I talk about this and I'll get to that in a second, but if you see a female that you know outside the club and you see her in the club, then you can floss her. And actually, I have a part in this book where if you meet a female who is like a true virgin online, there are really not that many of them anymore anyway, but let's just say she's attractive, you meet her online, you can actually have her meet you at the club. Because let's say things aren't going to go there for you for whatever reason. Let's say she has a dude and you fell into the friend zone, whatever. You can floss her. There's a technique in here that I call virgin to floss. And it shows you exactly how to do that. But one of the ways that you can do that is you see a female at the club. She sees you. She gives you a hug. Hey, you play that up. Because when the other females see you, it's going to put you in demand. Because now Other females are gonna be like, all right, cool, he's probably a ladies' man, and ladies like getting at a challenge, and if you present yourself as a challenge, you're gonna, you know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. Okay, Columbia, South Carolina. All right, cool, cool. So AJ says with fall season coming up, what clothing is right for macking in the adult fashion season? You know, you can do anything. Now it depends. Now AJ, since you're in school, I would say you can't. First of all, you can't go wrong with jeans and a polo. You know what I mean? I do not recommend doing skinny jeans and mohawks. It's more like what you don't do. What you don't do is try so hard to be different that you look crazy, or try so hard to be trendy and you look crazy. So if you got like a mohawk, a lot of dudes are starting to do the mohawk things now, and skinny jeans like so tight that, you know, if you cough, you know, you get blue balls. You don't want anything like that. You know, you wanna dress mature, and you want to be clean. You know what I mean? You don't have to wear this to school every day or anything, but you know, you want to be clean. You know what I mean? So, shit. And yes, and Phil and I agree. We have no taking chicks to the club policy, like, at all. Like, no. You know, if it's a female that you know outside the club, keep it outside the club. Like, why are you bringing her to the club? Why are you bringing sand to the beach? No, you don't do that. Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Right. And no crazy sweaters. You know, none of that crazy ish. You know what I mean? And yes, Crystal said no skinny jeans. Exactly. So, you know what I mean? So, club's not the business. So anyway, Phil, yo, do we got more business to handle, Phil? Or are we done with this flash stream? We'll go for a few more minutes. Yeah, don't bring your own steak to a barbecue. So, club, not the business. But what we were talking about earlier was you're in school, right? So you're in school. We talked about how you approach females, right? In your class, you want to take things slow if you see her on a consistent basis. Now, when you go on spring break, when you hit like the shores of Miami, complete opposite. A lot of people, and I saw this when I went to Cancun. I went to Miami a few times. I went to South Carolina. I went to Myrtle Beach for Bike Week. You know, crazy ghetto messes, but there were some cool females there as well. You're operative in Canada. I've been to LA. I've been to Vegas. Any one of these cities, everything's the same thing. I'm not doing that to floss. I'm just saying wherever you go, no matter where you are in the world, Jamaica, Spain, whatever, if you see a female and you're not going to see her again, your objective is to get things cracking. Because what a lot of dudes do, and I'm not saying if you're trying to hit, that's why a lot of us guys go on vacation. Let's be honest. But even if you're trying to get to know somebody and maybe wife her up, I don't know why you would do that in Spain. I'm not going to judge you. But your objective is, if you're trying to get to know somebody, whether it's for booty, whether it's in the bedroom, right here, or whether it's like on a long-term committed thing, your objective is to, at the very least, exchange numbers. If not, just kick it together. You know, be like, hey, what are you doing right now? Let's grab some coffee, like right now. Like what are you doing right now? Call me right now. Like, what are you doing right now? Like someone said in my on my Facebook, be like Miss Cleo, call me now. You don't want to delay. If you see someone in your hotel room by the pool, be like, look, let's go up to the room. Let's have a drink. You know, let's kick it. Let's hang out. Let's go to the beach. What are you doing right now? If she's busy right now, be like, all right, what are you doing tonight? You don't want to be thirsty, because there's a thin line between bold and thirsty. But thirsty is like, she's like, well, I'm a little busy. All right, well, how about later tonight? Nah, I'm with my friends. How about tomorrow? That's thirsty, because she's telling you she's not available and you're not taking a hint. Now, if a female is truly busy, and this goes with on the phone too, if she's really busy, you ask her out on a date, you ask to kick it with her. If she's really busy but she likes you, and Crystal, you can attest, if you like a guy, if you ladies like a guy, and fellas, if she likes you, if you ask her out and she can't make it, she will have a counter offer. A counter offer is when you ask a lady out and she says, no, I'm busy, but what are you doing Monday? But what are you doing later? But I get out at 9. What are you doing then? If she does not give you a counter offer, chances are she's not interested. So watch out for that, guys. Guys, and that's why you don't have to worry about putting yourself out there, because all you have to merely do is suggest, hey, let's kick it. If she does not give you a counter offer, say nice meeting you, peace, give her a half smile and walk away. Who knows? She might be like, damn, he was kind of smooth. She might be thinking about it and she might hit you up later. Keep that in mind, all right? So what's going on? We got some more people in the room. Where's everybody? I want a roll call. I know AJ is coming from Augusta. We got Crystal up in Toronto, Canada. We got D Wills from New York. Norbis is in South Cac. We got Phil. We got Phil in New York. And Wayne, where are you at, Wayne? Are you in Virginia? I know Wayne knows about those 7 cities females. Yeah, Wayne's in Hampton. All right, yeah. And yeah. What's going on, Supreme? It's popping. And Supreme, where you at, man? Yo, Chris is in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So if you don't know what ON stands for, ON is a province in Canada. It stands for Ontario. And Ontario, just to give you all some geography, Ontario, Canada, on the big Canadian map, right? You got, this is Ontario right here. And then right next to Ontario is Quebec, right? The Quebecans speak a lot of French. It's like a different country. It's like being in Europe. Ontario, they speak English, right? In Ontario, you have Toronto. And the Toronto people, they speak like really good English and, you know, all that. They're really polite. And that's where Windsor is. Everybody's real friendly. And that's where Toronto is. And this is where Drake's from. You know what I mean? And then you have more provinces over there. But this is Ontario. This is Quebec. Quebec is mainly French. Quebec is like where a lot of, you know, I think that's where Celine Dion is from. And from my experiences, the Quebec women are a little bit more like gung-ho. A lot of women are like ready to get down quicker, I think, in my opinion. But the Toronto females are real cool. I think I'm probably going to meet my wife in Toronto. It's my opinion. So there's a little geography lesson on my bootleg map. So, you know. So, all right, D Wills is in Long Island. Yeah. So, oh yeah, and Chris is by Michigan. So, bonjour. Oh, Supreme Allah is in Wisconsin. So, Supreme Allah, what's going on? So, what's the ladies like in Wisconsin? Because I know like 3 females from Wisconsin. I actually know a female named Crystal in Wisconsin. Samoan chicks, AJ? AJ, I've never kicked it with a Samoan female. And I know the Samoas, that's like a small chain of islands kind of near Australia. I've kicked it with females from New Zealand. And Phil and I, as a matter of fact, Phil from the room, Phil and I were in Times Square. If you remember this, Phil, we were in downtown. We were downtown New York. I think we were trying to go to a club. We didn't get in. It was whack. And we were on our way back. And we ran into some females from Australia. Remember that, Phil? We met 4 females from Australia. These happy-go-lucky Australian chicks. Yeah. Oh, that was in Soho. Okay. We met these Australian chicks, and that was like a good-ass conversation, man. And if it wasn't 4 of them and 2 of us, it would have been popping. But they sure did hit us up on Facebook after they got back to Australia. It was real cool. You know what I mean? But Samoan chicks, I don't have any game on them. But if you have any female from any foreign country, what always works with anybody who's not from here, what I normally do, I'm usually stupid. I'm like, look, welcome to my country. Even if she's been here for 20 years, I don't care. I'm like, look, welcome to my country. On behalf of President Barack Obama and Vice President Biden, I'd like to welcome you to my homeland. You know, come kick it with me. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know, yeah, come kick it with me. Let's get a passport. I mean, you know, I don't know.